I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I didn't know my mic wasn't on. I totally was talking with my mic off, or did it just turn off? I never can tell. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta go get my glasses. I'm back. I don't, I don't know if I turned on the mic in the first place or not, though. So to reiterate, this game is keyframes. It's a demo. I have the thingamabob, the message pinned of the link. You can find it in on Steam. Actually, you know what? Let's go read what Steam says about it. Let's go do that. After chance meetings in your second year of college, decide how you spend the last 2 years of undergrad with your friends, both old and new, in this partially customizable Amare visual novel. I don't know what that means. Amare. Let me handy dandy searching. Define Amare. Oh, according to Wikipedia. Shoot. Sorry. Amare, according to Wikipedia, means to love in Latin. It may refer to music. Okay, there's a song. There's 3 different songs. People. There are people with the name. See also Teamare, Amari. goodness. I haven't had a drink in a while. I don't drink things. I can kind of, like, it gets harder to speak. Okay, let's see. Collins Dictionary. Amare. Let's see a little.
Amare.
Amare?
Amare.
Amare. So see, it's a transitive verb. Means to love. Or to love, be in love with, to be fond of love. Okay. So yeah, I didn't know. Okay. We've learned something. We've learned something. Okay. So now we will now let's get to the game. If I have to pause, I apologize. Would you like to play with motion transition? Not recommended if you have motion sickness. I do not have motion sickness, but we're gonna go no to the motion transition. Ooh, look at this. Look at the layout. Oh, it's cute. It's a little to-do list. Oh my gosh, wait. Wait, that's so cute. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Windowed, which we have it in windowed. Screen motion disabled. Oh, that's so cute. It's a little computer screen. It's my computer screen. Oh my gosh. No, not quite. I mean, they got rid of the search bar. My update doesn't have a search bar. It's in the Windows button, I guess. Hold up. Hello. Sorry. I can speak now. Okay. Audio. Okay, background music, sound effects, voice volume. We want that all the way up. Voice volume all the way up, always. Because we like to listen to the voice actors. They were hired. We will listen to them. There's actually a game. This is so off topic. I don't know if you've heard of the My Time games. There's 2 of them right now, but they're working on a 3rd one. So there's My Time at Porsche, My Time at Sandrock, My Time at... I forgot what the 3rd one was called, but it's in progress. Anyways, so I missed the Kickstarter for the 3rd one. We were already fans by the time the Kickstarter opened up, or while the Kickstarter was running, but you know, life, liberty. We didn't hear about it until afterwards. Not that I have money. Anyway, point is, voices, that's what I'm talking about. So the voice acting, they have voices for all the characters, including the player character in My Time at Porsche. But in Sandrock, they took away the player voice because there were people who didn't like their character having a voice because they felt like it was less inserty. So it got removed. But I hope for the 3rd one, what they do is they offer a toggle feature, because I like being able to hear character voices. Because like the thing is, in My Time too, you were able to customize it. It wasn't like just a 1-to-1. It was It was like, you know what I mean? Oh, thing's not gonna work. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to decide if I need to turn up. I like the background music is probably pretty decent right now, huh? Yeah, it's probably fine for now. So we'll leave the background music. But I should probably, what does that look like? I can't see it. Let's make the text large because we all know that I struggle to read. I don't know what the outline of a text looks like. Let's leave the speed alone. Should I don't know what it would look like with an outline. We'll leave it without, I guess. Oop, and then here we are back here. Okay, what's extras? Okay, so this is the pictures we collect. Nice. And credits, we gotta look at the credits. Always look at the credits of your games. Appreciate the people who made them. Keyframes, Blink House Productions. Oh, Blink is in parentheses? I wonder. I just assumed, well, there was a band, a girl group. They used to be called Need a Name Brand. Now they're Say Now. So I wonder if this is something that'll change or if it'll always be Blink. But I like, because it's either way, I like the way that it's cute. I like the name of Blank House Productions. And if it's a permanent name, I think it's cute that they have it in parentheses. And if it's a temporary name, then it's smart that they have it in parentheses, you know? Either way. So staff, lead director, Marina, narrative director, Lily, editor, Floss, writers, Floss, Lily, Marina, Rachel, programmers, Crescents. I was just wondering because on Intertwine, the game I was playing yesterday, that I did decide that I probably won't finish on stream, but I'll probably record the rest of it on my own time, and maybe I'll like put it as like a private video on my YouTube that'll like link only if you watch the gameplay, because I feel bad. Anyways, we'll worry about that later. Anyways, Crescents was on the name, but it was like Crescent something. It was like Intertwined by Crescents. Shoot, leave it to me to forget. That's okay, you get the point. I paused because the name was similar and it made me wonder if it was the same person or not. Marina, Marionette, Shauna, background artist Alexis Lambert, Cameron Felt, Christina Mustilovic, Nancy, Robin Yao, Poob, Pop. Well, it's not Pop because it's only, that would be one L. So Poob or Poob because it's ooh. Two O's is the ooh sound, yeah. Koi, the UI artist. Sprite and CG artist, TSY. Composers, Hi, T3C, Charles Craggs, VO, casting director, Orfeo Finn. Oh look, there's the cast, the people who are voicing them. So we have character named Cameron is Peach Hadidi, Deja Zoe Sanders, Elio is Noah Kiwekane, Jamie Charlton team, Percy Seven Acosta, Raina Catrill. Oh, there. Oh, the beta testers. Hang on. I'm gonna let you guys read that while I drink some more water because I need it. Michelle, Honey, Day, Lily, Jess, Michio, Aspen C, Talamin Dill, Ash, Konasa, Gray, Azul, Hartley, Talus, Tyler, Goe, Hannabees. This is a cute little, I almost clicked quit. This is a cute little layout. Oh, look, little stars. Welcome to sunset. Bird. Sunset Bird is the town they live in Our Life, Beginnings and Always. Anyways, I think I looked at everything. I don't have anything to load because I've not opened this before. Ooh, but look at this. It's so cute. What? Oh, this is probably the quick save data. This is low save. No, I'm sure these buttons mean something. This is probably like the whole interface. Oh my gosh! You got the thing. Oh my gosh! This is so cute. This is cute. That's cute. Okay, let's get started. Let me stop. No, I mean yes, but no. See, the thing is about personality quizzes, right? Is that I think too hard about them. I like taking quizzes, but I also hate taking quizzes because sometimes I'm like, well, maybe this one will be bad because I don't know really where it's going with any of the questions. It's just that sometimes when I take quizzes, I'm like, well, obviously this is leaning towards that and that's leaning towards this. It makes taking quizzes really hard for me because I don't know if I'm being truthful anymore because I'm analyzing what each answer leads to. And I don't even mean to analyze it. It just happens. It's just like my brain's like, oh, that's probably going to lead to that and that's probably going to lead to this. I'm ahead. You know what other game starts with a quiz? Monster Prom. Have you guys played Monster Prom? Maybe I'll play. Well, I'm only shy to play Monster Prom alone and on stream. But I used to play with my sisters, and a couple times I played with my best friend. But these two is just that like we got less time to play, and then less equipment to play because our laptops be. Anyways, let's take this quiz. Time to take a quiz, a personality quiz. And no, you're not allowed to skip this. We're giving you a series of statements for you to answer truthfully. Or not. We're not the boss of you. So let's start. First question, that's funny. I'll try to answer to me. Yeah, I'll try to answer to me. Are you the type of person who laughs at their own jokes? Yes. Okay, what? No, that's lame. Why wouldn't I? They're funny. I never managed to get to the punchline. Yes, but only because that makes it even funnier. I'm between these two because sometimes I'm telling a joke and I start laughing as I'm trying to finish it, and then like everyone's like, what? I didn't hear the end of that. And I just But so I'm or maybe I'm between these two because it only makes it even funnier. It makes it a little awkward, but that does make it funnier, especially if I'm laughing and no one else is laughing. It's just like, now I'm gonna keep laughing. Am I laughing out of awkwardness? Am I laughing because the whole situation is funny? That is up in the air, but I never managed to get to the punchline. That's because I'm laughing, right? Doesn't that mean it's because I'm too busy laughing at my own joke? I think I can. I think I can get to the punchline, but I'm like, I'm laughing. I can't help it. I'm laughing already. Not me getting stuck on a question that the answer is yes. I just have to figure out what type of yes. I always get stuck on questions. Oh, this got me laughing. This is what I needed, clearly. This got me laughing. This is very much what I needed. Because yes. Okay, well, Win and I, they're funny. I never managed to get to the punchline. Well, Win and I, they're funny. I never managed to get to the punchline. I'm indecisive. I can sometimes get to the punchline. I can get to the punchline. But do I think my jokes are really that funny? Not really. I have a tag. Oh, I didn't actually ask a question. Sorry, I pulled up my coin and it finished flipping. So either I'm clicking I never get to the punchline, or I'm saying yes. But I'm gonna say saying that because that's what we're talking about. But I'll flip a coin again. So top, bottom, second option. Top, bottom option. Bottom option. Okay. I never just get to the punchline. Okay. You're planning a vacation with your friends. What's the itinerary? Ooh, an itinerary. Okay. Anything weird that's in visiting distance is the first on the list. The point of vacation is to relax. You'll be enjoying the more scenic things. Every museum or landmark in sight. There's a lot of history and culture to learn about. Non-stop adventures and new things that we've never done before. Ooh, okay. I haven't actually planned a vacation with friends before. One time we wanted to drive down to a different city. Like we were gonna do it one summer, but like the thing is that we didn't fully finish planning that because we were like middle high school age, and it was like an idea like, oh, we can have a little road trip, but like we're kids. And I think my friend was learning to drive, and it was supposed to happen when she learned to drive, but my mom wasn't too fond about the bunch of kids going down to a different city. Yeah, so anyway, we didn't finish planning it anyway. We kind of fell out of touch a little bit. But beforehand, yeah. So if I was planning a road trip, a vacation. Planning a vacation, what are we gonna do? I think all this stuff should be on the list. So maybe that means the non-stop adventures. Okay, because I think there is an importance in just like vibing, right? So like the point of a vacation is to relax, yes, but the point of vacation with friends is to have fun. But you can have fun while you relax, but it's like when you're just sitting there and it's like you could have just, it depends. Are you seeing the more scenic things, right? So that's cool. Want the scenic things, yes. But going to museums is fun. I don't think we'll go to every single one because there's so much stuff in an area. I need to pretend I'm envisioning a trip. Okay. So let's say we're going somewhere. We're going on a vacation to I don't know. But I couldn't decide on an example location, so now I had to just answer the question. Anything weird that's in visiting distance is the first on the list. Anything weird, because that's the thing. It's like what do we consider weird here? When vacation is to relax, you'll be enjoying the more scenic things, which I think relaxing is important, but I think that we should have more stuff. I'm planning the itinerary. But I'm also going to be what does everyone want to do? You guys want to do this thing? Nobody gonna sing with Ray. Okay, I like the way this is like, whoop, whoop. It's like reminding me of a notebook a little bit. Okay, every museum or landmark in sight. There's a lot of history and culture to learn about. Non-stop adventures and new things that we've never done before. I think I'm between these two. I know these two are like the exact opposite, but that's who I am. Okay, that's what this is. I was like, what is this little green bar at the bottom? Oh, let's save. I knew it. That's what these buttons do. The save and load buttons. Okay, sorry. The point of vacation is to relax. You'll be enjoying the more scenic things. Yeah, well, maybe, because I want to go walk around and look at the sights. But also, it's probably like, I mean, museums are kind of scenic. And so are landmarks. So maybe I can pretend this includes this, and this, and this. I don't know. See, I'm not good at quizzes. That's the other problem with me, is that when it comes to quizzes, is that sometimes I talk myself into all of the answers. Okay, let me not look at any of the answers. We're planning a trip. We're planning a vacation. Where would I want to go? Okay. Is that a landmark, or is that a scenic thing? Where are we going on vacation? What are vacation spots? Okay, eeny, miny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his... Eeny, miny, miny, moe. No. Eeny, miny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, make him pay $50 every day. Eeny, miny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, make him pay $50 every day. Do you believe in fate? Oh, look at that. Look, they know I'm taking the quiz. They decided to go easy on me. I do, but also, I don't know. So I think I'll probably click sometimes for this one. I know Intertime is just literally about a game about fate. And the first question was, do you believe in soulmates? And I spent like 10 minutes trying to fully define soulmate to decide if I believe in them or not. Yeah. Kind of like that. Do you believe in fate? Sometimes. Because also I watched this show recently. Well, I think it was originally a movie. It was cut up. I watched The Orbital Children, and I really appreciate the message that like it's not set in stone. You can write it. You can write the future yourself. So sometimes I'm like, yeah, fate. Sometimes I'm like, ew, fate. Sometimes. Do you usually stay calm under pressure? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Sorry. No. Well, no. I think in some cases I might look calm, but I don't think. It depends on the type of pressure. I'm just gonna say no. There's a fork on this hiking trail in front of you. Which do you take? The more forested, less traveled one. It must be more interesting. The open, well-traveled path. It's probably taken a lot for a good reason. A hike? You wouldn't catch me out there if my life depended on it. Well, I am a little curious about hiking, so I'll take off the last one because I've never gone hiking, but I'm not against going hiking. I like nature. The more forested, less traveled path, it must be more interesting. The open, well-traveled path that's probably taken a lot for a good reason. See, and this is where there's two creatures inside of you. The one that wants to go run off and look at the pretty nature, because if it's more forested, there's more pretty nature. But the one that is actually concerned about safety and is like, but if we go down that way, what if we get lost and then we can't find our way back and we don't have any service and we can't call for help and we don't know where we are and we run out of supplies and so I think I would want to do this one, but I would probably do this one. I would want to travel the more forested path, but I'll probably end up taking the well-traveled one for safety reasons because I like being safe. I'm easily startled. Is my mic on? Yeah. I'm gonna do it a lot. There's a time, if you're just jumping in, there was a time that I was playing this game and I went through like a whole scene or two and then I had to pause for something and I saw that my mic wasn't even on. So now I was like, anyways, we're gonna goodbye. We're going to go the well-traveled path. Even though that one's definitely gonna be prettier. Your friend bought a present, but you don't like it. What do? Lie. They don't know, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. Tell them the truth. It's better that they know than pretend you like it. Now, listen. All of a sudden, your best friend turned into a worm. What do? Excuse me? Love them and take care of them in this new stage of their life. Dedicate your own life to finding a way to turn them back. Tearfully say goodbye and release them into the wild to live their new life as a worm. Okay, so I'm thinking about my best friend. But my best friend has a lot of people in her life. So I don't know if I would really be the one to end up taking care of her. I mean, I would, but also there's probably other people who would want to take care of her. Her family, her boyfriend's family, her other friends. So I think that I would instead have to find a way to turn her back because how long is a worm's lifespan? Like, hold up. How long is a worm life span? See, on brotherswormfarm.com, it said, wait, where'd it go? The length of a worm's life can vary greatly depending on their species and environmental conditions, but on average, a worm will live between 2 to 7 years. Earthworms living in gardens or urban legends live 1 to 3 years on average due to environmental risks like soil quality and climate, while worms living in a more natural setting with better conditions can live 4 to 7 years on average. I gotta start asking my friends if they'd prefer to be a worm. I'm kidding. But just cause my brain went, but what if she wanted to be a worm? I don't think she would. She's got other stuff. She's got life goals and stuff. But like, if she wanted to be a worm, then just love them and take care of them in this new stage of life all the way. But if she doesn't want to be a worm, I should turn her back so that she can do all the stuff that she wanted to do with her life. You know, she has dogs to take care of. She has goals and wants. I'm sure it'll be a nice break for her though. She's always busy. She needs to relax. Maybe she should go turn to a worm, and I can take care of her and make sure she lives an extended period of time. But I have to do a lot of research on types of worms. There should be a premise in something. I know this is like based on that one question, like, would you still love me if I was a worm? I'm assuming that's what that is, but shoot. I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh, I'm scared. I got scared that I was gonna go too far up or down. I guess I probably won't if I just keep these small circles. Well, I'll do that one. Be honest. Are you the type of person that likes taking risks? No. No, not really. They're scary. Yay! You got invited to a party. Problem is, you don't really know anyone there. Oh, why'd I get invited? 2 is better than 1. I'll ask a friend to come with me. I'll go for a little bit to be polite, then leave. I'll go by myself. I'll go by myself. I can meet people when I'm there. A party? How convenient. I suddenly come down with a cold. Okay, look, I am one of these two. I like being invited to things, so I'd probably do this one because I don't want to. This is like a weird way to say it, but like, I don't want to be like the person who says no to everything and then people don't want to hang out with me. I want to hang out with people. I like hanging out with people. I'm assuming that if you don't really know anyone there. Okay, I'm assuming if I get invited to this party, right? This person, I know at least the host or whoever invited me to some extent, right? So I'm going to be nice to them and I'm going to go for a little bit. But sometimes I can't do people, and then yeah, but I've gotten better. But I don't really get invited to parties anyway. I don't know people, so how would I be invited to parties? There was actually a party that one of my friends in high school had that I didn't get invited. I didn't get invited to, but it's because it wasn't my scene. It wasn't my type of thing. He called it a kickback. There was like things that teenagers, you know, really are like shouldn't be doing. It's gonna be happening at the party. And I was not that type of teenager. So I didn't get invited based on personality. It's not even the best, to be honest. I'll go for a little bit to be polite and leave. Calculating results. Your fall. Ooh, I got a season. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Your fall. Fall like the season, right? It's also autumn. Fall. Ooh. I want to go play Our Life again. Our Life, Now Forever. I can't not think about everything when I do anything. My brain is everywhere, all the time. But Now and Forever takes place in fall. And I played a little bit more on some of my other characters. So part of me's like, should I play? should I play it as another character when it comes back, or should I just play it as Kia? But I'm like, do I need to restart it though? Because I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad with like starting in the middle. It's like no one knows, but it's like, oh, it's a continuation though, and you can see the videos on my YouTube channel. I guess we'll figure that out when it comes down to it. Oh. Anyway, fall. I'm fall. Ooh, I should make my sisters take this quiz. These personalities are often These personalities are often characterized as empathetic and gentle, often thinking of life from the perspective of others. Falls might be the last person to speak, but it's only because they want to make sure that everyone said their piece. But for all their understanding, it seems it sometimes comes at a loss of their own wants. As a fall type, some of your actions and responses are already predetermined. But don't worry, you'll still be able to influence your character throughout the game based on the choices you make. Ooh, that's exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking. To read that. I'm gonna have my sisters take this quiz, and then I'm gonna later take this quiz as some of my characters and see what they got. And this is so fun. I'm already having so much fun, and I haven't even gotten to the gameplay. I mean, this is the gameplay, but I haven't gotten to the next part. Now, let's double check some info. Ooh, a last name. Right, that's why I went with Zora in Taylor Tales, because last name. Should I go with Zora again? Even though all three of them, Zora, Spark, and Nebulous, are me, sort of, I feel closest to Spark, as in I use Spark more often as a name in games. Like if I'm going to Pokemon, boop, 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 Spark. If I go on to I'm pretty sure like my time character, boop 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 boop, Spark. I've also gotten into the leaving some characters' names as they are. Like for A3, I did not change Azumi's name because that is Azumi, that is not me. But also, even sometimes when I play as a character, it doesn't feel like me. How many characters do we have for this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I should have done different letters. I can't count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh. 12. And this is probably also 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so a different name I used to use sometimes. I stole it from my sister because she had several handles. So she used to use this name for Pokemon, I think. And then I started using this name for Pokemon. I just stole it from her. I should probably just go with Zora, right? Because it's easier. Because that doesn't sound like a name. Yeah, okay, Zora has an actual name. She's not me. She's like me, but like not me. Zora, see, like, okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, I can't backspace. I don't know what I did. There you go. Okay. So little Zora lore. Zora is the PNG tuber you see on the side. The reason she has a yellow and purple streak in her hair is because Spark and Nebulous. Now, Spark and Nebulous I created first. Spark and Nebulous I created first because they were initially like the embodiment of my personalities, where Spark represented my high energy, Nebulous, Nebby represents my lower energy. At the time I was in middle school, and so like I grew up getting my hair flat ironed, but in middle school I started wearing it natural, so like I still did both somewhat, but like, so Nebby has straightened hair, Spark has natural hair, her hair is just in twists. And then comes along Zora. Now Zora is not just like, oh, that's me. She's like, was inspired by me, where I can rewrite experiences. And then she became a character that is like, just, she's technically me in an alternate universe where everything is slightly different, but she's very different. she's supposed to be a more sure of herself person than I am. This is me creating her in like 8th grade, 9th grade, because like that's when she was created. She had figured out her clothing style much sooner than me. I don't wear that. I mean, there are similarities to our taste, but I would never do a side ponytail. Not like that. I don't think I have enough hair for. I'm not even sure I have enough hair for that, but like, also I can't really wear a hat like that, and I like to wear hats. She obviously doesn't need to wear a hat to feel comfortable. Also, I don't really like long sleeves. It's like I purposely made her to be slightly different than me, even though she was inspired by me. Anyways, that's Zora, everybody. So we're gonna stick with Zora. Her last name is Keller. Zora Keller. She has a middle name too, because I have a middle name, so she gets to have a middle name. You see what we're doing here? Not everyone has a middle name, but I have a middle name. My best friend has a middle name. My other kind of best friend does not have a middle name. It's like, she's kind of also my best friend because we've been friends just as long. And I just talked to the first person I mentioned more, but we're all still friends. And, oh right, I'm supposed to be planning a thing. Anyway, Zora Keller, well, that's what her name will be, because Spark and Nebulous don't have last names. I was thinking of recreating Zora and Spark and Nebulous, and instead of, and this might actually be stealing from my sister, but I was thinking of making them like little fairies, like that live in, not live in her, but like, you know, like how in Fairly Odd Parents, they are, okay. Don't question me. I didn't read that last screen. It says choose your pronouns. Right, I didn't read the fact that name. Okay, student name. Can I change this picture? I can't. Zora Keller, Department of Humanities. We're at I can't read. Rin Mayer. I'm assuming that's the name of the school or something. At some points in the game, members of the cast may behave differently depending on factors related to their sexual orientation and presentation. Please select all that applies. All applies to how you'd prefer your character to be perceived. Don't perceive me. That's a common joke too, and here I am laughing at it. Okay, feminine example: characters who are shy around women might be shy around my character. Masculine characters who are shy around men might be shy around my character. I prefer my character to not be perceived based on either options. Oh, I see. Sorry. Sorry, that was annoying. Ooh, this is great. This is exciting. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Choose a font you want your MC. Okay, I'm sorry. This kind of thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, let's look at these. So this is the first one. Name tag preview. Zora. Cursive Z's are really weird, aren't they? Well, this is like cursive adjacent. We won the BBQ. And then we have this. We won the BBQ. And then we have this one. We won the BBQ. And then we have this one. We won the BBQ. Oh my gosh, this is almost making me feel like I should have played as a character. I know she is kind of a character, but she's also no, because it's handwriting, and to choose a character's handwriting. Oh my gosh, I'm taking so long on the introduction stuff. But it's bringing me joy. This is exactly what I needed. Okay. I think I'll go with this one. Actually, look. I'm debating on it. I'm seriously debating on it. Because the thing is, this is easier for me to read. This is probably more in line with my actual handwriting. Only somewhat, because the thing is that my letters often connect when I write, and I think it's a little bit, well, not, okay, I have a piece of paper I wrote on recently, and actually this isn't so bad, not like bad, like, I usually don't fully like my handwriting, but like, the thing is that sometimes when I write, my letters connect. I don't know how to write cursive. I never learned how to write cursive. When I was in elementary school, we went over how to write the cursive A. And then we never went back to cursive. But like, I switch, right? So my handwriting is somewhere between these two. Well, is it really close to, it's not really close to this one, but, well, let me find a W. What the heck does that say? Oh, it's a replace. When you can't read your own handwriting, I can read most of it. Yeah, I think I'll go with, well, see, because there's like, this is the most in line with my actual handwriting. Yeah, this is the most in line with my actual handwriting. But what does Zora write like? That is the question. What does Zora write like? I feel like she would write neater than me, to be honest. Yeah, she's just me, but cooler. We won the barbecue. So maybe she writes more like that. Maybe I will do this one, but I mean, I try to learn to write the cursive Z. Oh my gosh. How long have I been doing this? An hour and I haven't? Okay. Okay. That's locked in. I am locked in. What are we talking about? Okay. Oh, yeah, we'll go with this one. I think this one fits Zora the most. This is the easiest for me to read. I like this handwriting the most, I think, because it's the easiest for me to read. Like, all of them are, I can read all of them clearly, but like, I like this handwriting the most. But I think Zora might write more like this. I don't know why. It just feels like this is a more Zora handwriting. I don't know. I personally write a little more like that. This is actually pretty easy to read too. It's just not as bold. This is more bold. I like this too. I like this. This is cute. This is like a cute handwriting. And this is also like a cute handwriting. little less cute, but I like it. And then this is like, I don't know how to describe this one. This is like more fancy than this one, but they're both, these two are like more fancier than these two. These two are cuter. And I am rambling now. We're just gonna go with this one. If I was doing my other character, if I was doing Spark or Nebulous, this one would probably be the one I chose for Spark. And this is probably the one I would choose for Nebulous. And if I was doing my OCs, because I can't go and not talk about them, this one is probably the one I do for Kia. And actually maybe Ty too. Maybe this one for Kia, this one for Ty. No, I like this one for Kia though. No, I think this is Ryan. This is probably Miles. Miles is not like, well, ooh, this is gonna be something I'm gonna figure out later. Maybe if I play this game again when it comes out, I'll play it as a character instead of as Zora. Customers are also influencing the character's decisions. Oh, I don't like making decisions. No, I play these games all the time. I love making decisions. During some action-packed scenes, occasions, keyframes implements quick time events to help direct the narrative. Test each mode and choose what is comfortable for you. How do I test it? Oh, it's right there. Oh yeah, you can change this at any point during your gameplay You can change this at any point during your playthrough in the settings. Default, slow, slowest. Use the arrows to change how many keys to test. Okay, let's do 4. That's the default. Oh. Oops. Okay. I see. Okay. Oh. Let's try. Oh, 5 is the most? Okay. Ah! Okay. Oh, that one was easy. Okay. One more time. Sometimes my brain is like, wait. We'll go slow. Woo! Yeah, that makes me feel like a boss. So I'm going to do slow. Well, I can do default. I'm pretty decent at default. I just almost ran out of time. So it's like, do I? I just want to test it a few times to see if I could really get into the groove of it. I mean, I'm like kind of already in the groove of it. But, yeah, okay. Oops, my hands were off. No, maybe I just clicked the wrong thing. I don't know. If I can, see, I can do it while thinking. I'm just trying to make sure because I could just put it on slow, but I like to make things harder for myself. See, I'm going so quickly that it's like maybe I should just leave it on default because it's not like I can't do default. I mean, it's whatever, you know, it's like play preference. Do I want to be stressed out while I play? default. I can change it. If I feel like I can't perform, I'll just change it. Are you done customizing? Ooh, look, it's like keys. It's all fun. I like the interface of this game. Okay, there we go. We're done customizing. Your phone? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not me actually looking up the lifespan of a worm. I switched over because I needed to. I can use context clues, but I think it's good to also actually learn words. Because sometimes you learn a word through reading it, and then you only kind of know it in some situations. Dictionary definitions from Oxford Languages. Wrest, forcibly pull something from a person's grasp. Oh, or a noun, archaic, meaning a key for tuning a harp or piano. Okay. Oh, look, there's some more definitions if I press this. Okay, so back to verb. Take something, especially power or control, from someone or someone else after considerable effort or difficulty. Archaic, distort the meaning of interpretation of something to suit one's own interest or views. But anyways, we know we forcibly pull from a person's grasp in this context. Your phone rescued you from your dream. Sorry. Your phone rescued you from your dream, and you woke to the scratch of your sheets and the whir of the AC unit. Sighing, you stuck an arm out and patted gently around the blankets. Your phone was cold to the touch, and you yanked it quickly under the covers before swiping to answer the call. I love this. I love a little picture of a bird. It's so dramatic in the flower crown. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Oh, the flowers. Okay, okay, the options are hello? What? You just whined a little. Hello? Hello?
Bro, you sound kind of sexy. Like, a little. You hear it too, right, D?
It's dangerous for my heart.
Cameron, Deja, is that you?
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Now here's $1 million question. Do you know what time it is?
You opened your bleary eyes in the wash of warm light filtering through the curtains. You recognized the late morning hours stretching across the floor. It had to be well into the day now, and you squinted at your phone for confirmation. 12 p.m. It's noon.
Exactly.
What does this mean for me?
That you should probably get up.
Oh, do I have to?
Well, I tried.
Dude, you're too nice. Let me. Hey, you gotta wake up. You'd better not have forgotten.
Forgotten what?
Today's Raina's barbecue party, remember? Cam and I finished buying snacks and stuff. We're also like 15 minutes from campus. So, if you still want to ride, you should get up. Like, right now.
Oh no, I overslept, I'm sorry.
And there's the reaction we're looking for.
Thank God. It finally sunk in.
Really sorry. Real sorry, guys. I'll be as quick as I can.
Hey, it's okay. You've got time. We'll be waiting for you in the parking lot, yeah?
We love you. We'll see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
The call dropped and you sprang into action, sprinting across the sun-warmed floor to get ready. Spring semester. Second year. Second year's up here. Spring semester's down here. See, I can read. I've actually gotten better at reading because my job is a input data job where people write things on paper and I have to type it up. So, yeah. Fonts / handwritings, I can read. Words in general. You stepped out of your apartment building, bracing for a blast of heat. As the semester was drawing toward its close, temperatures had risen in a way that left you lingering in the chilled indoors. I like the background here. So I'm gonna hit save. But also, I'm really curious what this information button is. Oh, look. Table of contents, stats, Watto, QuickTime events. Look at the little doodles on the page. Cameron was here. Stop doodling over source notes. Relax, this page is blank anyway. These are our stats. Confidence, charisma, composure, compassion. Oh, that's cute. Who they go? Deja equals best roommate ever. Okay, close it. Let me see. Okay, so what's... Oh, cool. Okay, more information. This is great. We gotta get all the information before we go too far into the game so we know more about the game and how it works. Okay, your stats. Your choices and keyframes can impact your main stats, which are divided into 4 categories. Here are some examples of how they manifest. Confidence, guts, impulse, bravery. Charisma, wit, charm, creativity. Compassion, patience, consideration. Composure, poise, restraint, balance. You can always check your current stats by clicking on the information button located on the quick menu. Stat checks. Some interactions may involve hidden stat checks, and success or fail will impact the story you're playing through. Example, passing a charm check could let you pull off a flirty joke, but failing could cause a fumble instead. Don't worry, Keyframes isn't a pure stat-raising game, and our checks are mostly for flavor. Try not to stress. Watto. Though we've given you the option to play through keyframes events as reluctantly as you wish, sometimes you have to sleep out of your comfort. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone to enjoy what life has to offer. What Are the Odds? Watto is a game you, Deja, and Cam play in the name of trying new things. Based on the results of this minigame, your character may participate in a follow-up event. For example, during the barbecue... Whoops, we haven't gotten there yet. It's a spoiler. I won't read it. Oh, you might read it. The character prompter says, what are the odds of an action that they want to see the prompted do? The prompted gives a number between 1 and 10. The higher the number, the lower the chances. Maybe that's an action I want to see. The two count down and then say a number between 1 and the response. Example, 1 and 5. If they choose the same number, the prompted has to do what's asked of them. If they don't, then nothing happens. Wait. The prompter asks what are the odds of an action that they want to see the prompted do. The prompter gives a number between 1 and 10. The higher the number, the lower the chances. Okay. The prompter will be like, okay, what are the odds? And the person who's being asked will be like, 10. And then they go, 3, 2, 1, and they both say a number. Okay. Quick time events. As in real life, you may find yourself faced with a quick action or choice while playing. QTEs and keyframes come in two types. Key inputs, time choices. Time choices require you to select an option from a menu before time runs out. Oh, it's like I know several games like that. The first one the one I was trying to name was the one with Max, the girl who can go back in time a bit, who could rewind time. She only accidentally went back in time. Well, not accidentally. Okay. But anyways, she could rewind time a little bitty bit. Meanwhile, and then there's also Minecraft Story Mode. It's the one I was able to name faster in my head. But the visually, Life is Strange, goodness, popped up first. Anyways, that was one of the type of games, in case that's unfamiliar with you, what time choice. Okay, and key inputs challenge you to enter up to 5 directional inputs in a given time limit. An example of key input prompts below. Key input results sometimes scale according to how many successful inputs you make. Different degrees of success or failure can lead to slightly different results. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Let's carry back onto the game. You stepped out of your apartment building, bracing for a blast of heat. As the semester was drawing toward its close, temperatures had risen in a way that left you lingering in the chilled indoors. But thankfully, today was a perfect spring day, one of the last you'd get before summer crept in. There was just one thing in your way. Well, many things. Many people. At this time of day, Bryn Mawr University was as lively as ever. Students moved in and out of lecture halls, and they were clustered everywhere with their eyes on their books, their friends, or their phones. If you hadn't been so bent on finishing your assignments for the week last night, you would have been awake in time for a peaceful morning, and you would be able to simply walk alongside the crowds, calm as anything. However, you get to choose why you had to do all the work. That's cool. Also, on a side note, because I said earlier, Zora is more sure of herself than me, but I think basically what that means is not that she's better at talking to people. I mean, she might be, but that's not what I usually think of. I think of that she makes decisions faster than I do. Anyway, however, you wanted to be prepared, and that meant keeping up with whatever your professors gave you. You needed to get everything done just so you could get a few days without thinking about schoolwork. All your work from the last 2 weeks had piled up right until the last minute. Let's see. Look, listen. Okay, so which one is it? Boop. Okay. You needed to get everything done just so you could go a few days without thinking about schoolwork. Okay, so maybe you wanted to be prepared, and that meant keeping up with whatever other professors gave you. All your work in the last 2 weeks you piled up right into the last minute. Look, listen. That has happened before. Because it'd be like sometimes like, and this is on me, you might have seen. Anyways, it'd be like, I should pull up them. Anyways. Sometimes you get an assignment, right? And it's like, this assignment isn't due for 4 months. And you're like, okay. And then it's due next week, and you're like, what? Okay, it'd probably be more one of these two. 'Cause I was thinking about this one, but I was like, that means doing the work ahead of time. And this means doing the work like on time. And this means you're at the end of your rope. At the end of my rope. Half empty, girl, don't make me laugh out. Just let me cry a little bit longer. I ain't gonna smile if I don't want to. Yeah, man, we all can't be like you. I wish you were all rose-colored too, my rose-colored boy. Rose-Colored Boy by Paramore. I try to remember to say the title of songs I sing. So that way, if you're like, kind of like the lyrics, I want to go hear the actual song, you can. And with finals right around the corner, I chose the option that said you want to be prepared and that meant keeping up with what your professors did. I flipped a coin. And with finals right around the corner, it didn't hurt to reinforce what you'd learned during the semester. And thus, here you were. I forgot. I was like, whoa, what? Sorry about this, but can I just squeeze by you? Thanks. You did your best navigating the crowd, dashing in between gaps the moment you saw them. By the time anyone realized they were in the way, you'd already rerouted, darting around them instead of barging through. That's one of those things. I feel like this scene is one of those things that are affected by which season your character got. Luckily, you still made good time, and it didn't take long before the parking lot at the other end of the green came into view. Beckoned by the near end, you picked up your pace and zipped down the road. Almost there.
Shit, watch out!
Huh? You froze in place, and as you raised your arms instinctively, a pink blur darted right past you. Whoever it was, they promptly crashed into one of the lower walls bordering the path, flipping over electric scooter into the hedges. All around you, students hissed in sympathy while your blood ran cold. So much for not getting in the way. You rushed to check on them. You should run now. You rushed to check on them. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? There was a rustle, and the student who'd swerved to avoid you emerged from the hedges with leaves in their hair. They lurched unsteadily, groaning as they clutched their head. You extended a hand, and they stopped moaning long enough to thread their fingers with yours. With your help, they climbed back over the railing, but they couldn't stand without swaying like a newborn fowl. Full? Hey, you with me? How are you feeling?
Honestly, my head really hurts. I think it's bleeding.
What?
Yeah, like right here.
Alarmed, you reached up without a thought, running your fingers through their raven locks. I don't feel anything wrong.
You sure? I think it's behind my ear. Here.
Catching your wrist gently, they tugged their head a little, and you searched again with a careful touch. There was nothing aside from the dread twisting in your gut. I can't find it. Maybe you should go see... The words died in your throat when you felt their cheek drop into your palm. Their grip on your wrist had shifted to the back of your hand, softly holding you there so they could nuzzle into your touch. You blinked rapidly in muted confusion, and they glanced at you from the corner of their eyes, their mouth lifting into a smirk you saw and felt against your skin.
Would you look at that? I'm feeling totally fine now.
Get the... I can't make jokes. I'm already laughing.
Do you happen to have a healing touch?
Oh my gosh. Ugh, they were your least favorite kind of people. Annoying flirts. Ah, I see what you did there. Very smooth. Yeah, how'd you know? Okay. I'm not clicking this one because it's funny. It's funny to me. Oh, me playing games. Oh, is this what this is? I don't think I'd be able to catch that in real life. I'd be like, huh? The best kind of dynamics in, like, okay, no, let me reword that. I gravitate towards yes and dynamics. Like, if I were to present you a random scene of my writing of characters interacting, there's a decent chance it would be characters yes-anding. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with the with the term yes and, it's basically when you keep the ball rolling on an idea. Like, they use it in film, in the film scene, because it's like sometimes you want to like add in your idea, but you don't want to like be the person who knows everybody's ideas, right? So like someone offers an idea and you go yes and insert your idea there. But when I write it with characters, it's like someone says something like, this is actually an actual scene in something I was writing. They're building snowmen. And they just started calling the snowmen names. And someone was like, I don't know. Let me see if I can. No, okay. So like basically they just like start rolling with it. They just like, oh, we made snow people. And then they're like talking. They're basically like creating the personalities of the snowmen by someone saying like one thing like, oh, this person seems shifty. And it's like, oh no, that person's fine. But this one over there, this one hates everyone. That person just doesn't like you. Or stuff like that, you know? Like it's like a yes anding of a thing. But that I bring that up. I'm sorry, is my laughter too loud? I bring that up because this feels like a yes anding, you know? It's like playing along, going with it. That's the kind of dynamics that I write. But would this character do that? Now it's time to go into character. And I know very little about Zoe. I'm sorry, I cut out because sometimes I laugh silently. Actually something a friend of mine pointed out back in middle school. She was like, you know, sometimes you like laugh quietly but like go in a circle. sometimes when I laugh, I just like rotate in a circle. I got a little self-conscious when I first heard it, but it's still a habit that I have. Anyways, we're gonna do this one. Anyway, all this to say. This one that I chose was I See What You Did There. Very smooth. I had to think for a second. I want to reiterate that because in the long run I want mine to be my videos, my streams to be very listen friendly, because I'm the kind of person who might listen to a stream instead of full on watch it. So I try to make sure I read everything of importance so that there's you can just listen. You don't have to actually look at the screen. You know what's going on. You cracked a smile before retrieving your hand, and they chuckled, bending at the wrists. Nope. You cracked a smile before retrieving your hand, and they chuckled, bending at the waist to mock a stage bow.
Thank you. Though, I would have been able to pull it off without my supporting lead.
And with a grand gesture, they motioned for you to take a bow as well. You obliged, though not without a small shake of your head, and you are rewarded with a delightful snort.
Cute. You play along well.
Only because you lead well.
Wow. You sure know how to make a guy feel seen. I'm almost embarrassed.
Almost embarrassed. As nasty of a fall that had been, their laugh rolled like a tide in the late evening, washing away the sandy impressions of the whole accident. Their unshaken indifference was reassuring to see, but you couldn't help but ask one more time. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, really. Healing touch, remember?
And they tapped at their cheek, chuckling. If they could keep joking like that, then there probably wasn't anything for you to be worried about. Hold, please. Hold, please. I gotta figure out what the voices are. I don't know the voice of anyone. It threw me further, but I was like, huh? I forgot we didn't know his name yet. Their name yet. With their index finger raised, they turned to kick up the scooter next to them. After they scrutinized it for any dings and scratches, they hopped on for a more thorough checkup. They pushed off with their right foot, hand twisting the accelerator so that it started up with a low whir and set off into a series of slow, smooth laps with you in the center. Nice, still good. Someone's clearly not in a rush to leave yet. I'm actually running late for a meetup with some friends. But not so late since you have the time to joke around. You were genuinely concerned. I couldn't help myself. You didn't know it was possible, but their smirk grew wider, tinging a few shades more playful as they admitted to teasing you. If you've got somewhere to be, why stick around? Are you kidding me? I couldn't just leave after running into you.
This is a scene straight out of a movie. One of us is supposed to fall head over heels for the other, you know.
Really now?
Yup. Movie law dictates it. I mean, 50,000 students on campus and you bumped into me? We can't ignore that.
Tell you what though, you can decide who falls for you. I'm a romantic, so I can play whichever part. They really liked to lay it thick, didn't they? They really liked to lay it on thick, didn't they? It was starting to bother you. What a riot. They knew just how to clap back every time. You didn't doubt that. They'd been super forward from the jump. They were being quite cute, cheesiness and all. Honestly, you weren't really sure how to respond. I'm leaning towards this one. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think it's cute that the little thing says empty data. Because this is like I'm sorry. Wait. That would be the, wait. Hang on, I gotta check something now. Huh. Where are we now? What page are we on? I don't know. Maybe they'll have the quick saves. They just take you to the quick save page. What's the autosave page? Oh, look, these are the places that autosaved. Oh, that's a good spot. That's a good spot. I wish I would have saved there. Oh, this is probably gonna disappear soon. That's fine, I guess. Anyways. I'm like a mixture of a lot of these. I don't know. It's like I would get, I think I have to go with the bottom option, I guess, because like as a viewer I am like, oh wow, look at that, you're really going at it. I like him as a character so far. And he brought up movies. How can I ignore that? I'm a film major. I know in this game she's not a film major. But me personally, I'd be very flustered in person to be like, I don't know, okay. It's not like bothering, like annoying. It's just like, what a riot. They need to clap back every time. It is kind of funny, but it's funnier as a viewer. You didn't doubt that. They did super forward from the jump. Which, yeah. That one is technically a very clear, a very, like, makes sense answer. A very, like, yeah, that is true. Agreed. They've been quite cute, cheesiness and all. It's fun. Honestly, I'm very sure how to respond. I think I should go with one of these two. But the thing is, that I don't know. It got in my head about the stats. What if this? Well, I mean, it's the gaining stats part, right? So like, stat checks. Your choices can impact your main stats. So what I choose here also impacts her stats, which I don't worry, it's not a pure stat raising game. It's kind of like, sorry, I'm always side railing off to other games, but like when I think about stat raising, I mentioned Monster Prom earlier, didn't I? The most prominent game I think of is Monster Prom, for a dating sim visual novel type game. But in Monster Prom, the thing is like you can do whatever you want in Monster Prom and succeed. But in certain cases, you do need to have the stats for that. Like you need the stats for that in some cases, you know? You could even like go to prom alone, and if you have certain stats, you'll be like, yeah, I'm awesome though. But if you have no stats, it's like, I know, I talk and then I kind of forget that I was doing something because I talk so much. You know I talk too much. So don't you come and shut me up. We could blame it all on human nature. My coin says to choose this, so I guess we'll choose. I don't know I'm in that spot of my brain where I'm like, but how does it differ? Because, you know, this isn't like a... okay. We saved. We saved before choosing this option. I really like this interface. Oh my gosh. Does the setting button work this time? Oh, wrong button. I'm sorry. What's the setting button do? It's not a phone! Oh my gosh! Phone call. Labels. Oh, cool. Screen motion. Oh, it's currently on. Should I turn it off? Oh, what does this mean? What does it mean? Oh, that's what that means. I'll turn it off. It's okay. Okay. I need to actually pick one. The coin says this one. I'll choose this one and then give my permission to go back if I don't know. Maybe they had lots of practice with these cheesy lines, or maybe they didn't like beating around the bush once someone caught their eye. Either way, their confidence knew no bounds. You waved a hand with a soft laugh, pretending to ignore the comical way they wiggled their brows. How about this? What do you want me to play instead? In that case, you can play the one who fell first. What if this is more of a soulmates chasing each other through multiple lives thing? I played Intertwine yesterday. You mean you don't remember me? We've been together for years. You'd pretend to fall in love with me? That's sweet. Okay then, you play the one who fell later, but harder. And this is where I walk away having charmed the pants off you. Okay, it would definitely be different. It'd definitely be different depending on which one. You're not sure how to respond. I'm curious. These options are good. Since I'm at the point where it's like, I probably should have said the other one because I'm like, I don't know. But like, if I had to choose my favorite options, It'd be these two because it's like expansion. Like I said, I'm a very yes-ander in dynamic enjoyment. I'm a very yes-ander in dynamic enjoyment. Sorry, I went back. I just wanted to see what the other line was if I wasn't sure what to say. Unlike them, you didn't find it quite as easy to keep the joke going. Not that you didn't get it. You popped your shoulder for a non-committal shrug. No offense, but I'm not 100% sure what we're doing here. We do get it. Okay. I just want to check that. Okay, look, I just wanted to check. I'll stick with this one because I'm gonna try to stick with the first choice I select. I kind of go back a lot. Because this one's very funny. You mean you don't remember me? We've been together for years. That's very funny, and it's like very much a joke. Okay. Okay. We'll try it. We'll see if it's funny. But what if she has to have charisma for that? I know, me already worried about everything. Okay. I just think it's funny. I think it's the funniest option here. So it's compelling. It didn't work. Yeah. Until your mother cut the brakes in my car, of course. And I drove up. She's going into super joke mode. Okay, wait, okay. Let me. Okay. Oh, there's no rewinding. Okay. He said we have. And so she's saying, they said we have. She's saying, until your mother cut the brakes in my car, of course. Then I drove off a cliff in the rain and the amnesia made me fall in love with your cousin instead. Ah, right, because my cousin and my mother are working together to rob us of your inheritance. But we'll have the last laugh, won't we? We will, once we cut their brakes in a twist of dramatic irony. Yes, we went super TV film. Yes. I think that's just plain old revenge, but I love the enthusiasm. There was a breezy confidence in the way they answered you, and the easy lift to their voice told you they were more than used to this kind of tomfoolery. I love this kind of tomfoolery. That's the kind of interaction I need. I mean, I gravitate towards. It was tempting to stick around just to see what they'd come up with next. Unfortunately, I gotta go. Don't run into anyone else, okay? Am I allowed to take that as you wanting me for yourself? You didn't reply, but you didn't need to. The way your lips pressed together in an attempt to hide your amusement was telling enough. You knew they'd seen it, since their mouth was quirked into something between a smirk and a smile, into something that, for all their wit, was mellow and indulgent. I'll see you around. They lifted a hand, throwing you a 2-finger salute as you stepped past, nodding back, waving a little before you picked up the pace. You'd lost valuable time, and so you dared to break into a jog as soon as you had a straight shot to the green, across the green. This time, thankfully, there was no collisions to be had. You slowed to walk, the light stitch in your chest, slipping by a group of students going in the opposite direction. Man, whoever that was over there, they are really passionate about that song. Tell me about it. As you headed between the rows of parked cars, an electronic beat filled the air. The Source, a van with the front windows rolled down as its occupants rocked out to a song from a decade ago. I don't know how to sing it. The line says side to side, but I don't know. Side to side, side to side, side to side. I don't know. I don't want to sing it wrong. Anyways, it's Cameron singing Side to Side. Cameron sat in the driver's seat, two-toned hair flying wildly as they banged out a beat on the car door. They're one of your best friends, as well as a year above you in the same major. Cool, we have friends in our major. More importantly, they were a self-professed champion of car karaoke. When it came to immersing oneself in song, passion was the name of the game. And for Cam, that meant there was no need to worry about hitting the right notes. 'Cause baby tonight, hey, 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 I don't remember what Cam's voice was. Hey, hey. I'm trying to remember from the earlier conversation we had on the phone. The speakers went abruptly quiet right as they reached the high note. With a desperate gasp, Cam jerked around to face the passenger seat where your roommate Pigeon laughed with a delicate glee. Deja was the third member of your unforgettable trio, an incorrigible tease, always looking for an opportunity to poke fun. She'd obviously been waiting for the right moment to turn the volume down. Hi, Cam. Hi, Dee. At least the lull in the music meant you didn't have to shout. As soon as you called over to them, they both leaned forward to wave. Hey, sleepyhead. We were just about to go looking for you. After a quick karaoke sesh, right? Well, it was either that or we'd have to burst into the apartment with a boombox, and I left my boombox at home. How do you want to greet your friends? Okay, so the options are, what if I wanted to do karaoke too? I'm sorry I made you wait. You walked quickly over, trying not to waste any more time. Well, don't stop on my account. I liked what I was hearing. So this is where I admit that I'm a little bit like one of my OCs. The OC I play as and I play Our Life, Beginnings and Always. Ty. I've mentioned that Ty gravitates towards options that say sorry. I am also I am a person who gravitates towards saying sorry. Sometimes I say it already, and it's also I'm sorry. But oh, is there a log? There's not a log. I can't rewind, and there's not a log. I saved too much. Okay, I'm trying to. So I mentioned the boombox. So I made you wait. Don't stop at my. Oh, is that or the boombox? I wanted to do karaoke too. No, we won't say that one. Won't say. Well, Okay. I think. See. My problem is that I expand things too much. Not expand things too much, but like, I don't know. Sorry I made you wait. What's on my account? I like those here. Well, I'll say sorry I made you wait. I saved too much, I know. It wasn't really that long, you're fine. Deja stuck her hand through the driver's side window, beckoning you closer before ruffling Cameron's hair. You jogged over, smiling as Cam pretended they hated the attention. Yeah. Ugh, Dee, quit it. Zora, you're right on time. Don't worry. Anyway, get in already. Oh, Zora, hold up. Back up a little. You stopped with a puzzled blink, then did as you were told. While you took a few steps backwards, the side door of the car popped free and slid open. All right, now dive in. Huh? Dive in. Come on. It'll be funny. Deja popped her head out from behind Cameron's. Their brazen suggestion hadn't triggered any alarm, merely a listless smile, coupled with a roll of her eyes. Don't listen to them, Zora. Remember your middle school training? Peer pressure isn't cool. I'm not pressuring her. She can do whatever she wants. So Cameron said, but you didn't miss how their muted lilac eyes flicked to the side, clearly wanting you to indulge them. They were always a bit on the reckless side when it was just the three of you. If there was a chance to goof off, they'd take it, and if you weren't careful, you'd get swept along for the ride. Despite Cameron's invitation, you simply jumped into your seat with no added theatrics. Why not? Time to jump for it. In the name of not being influenced, and in the name of fun, you climbed through Cameron's window instead. That's very funny. We'll go ahead and jump in. We'll go ahead and do it. Why not? We'll do it. Okay, wait. Before we go on, I want to check one more thing. Okay, just curious. Don't worry about me. Okay, we'll jump for it. It seems fine enough, and I don't like to disappoint. I know, I'm easily influenced. Well, it wasn't really your style, but for Cameron, you could make the effort. They were already looking at you so hopefully, so exactly. You get it. With a deep brush, oh my gosh, it's because I was looking at the word pushed. With a deep breath, you pushed into a run, aiming right for the door. Oh, look at her, she's flying, she's really flying. Before you knew it, you were airborne, falling more than leaping into the middle of the car. It wasn't the most graceful landing, but at least you caught yourself on one of the seats instead of skidding onto the floor. You alright back there? Uh-huh. Good, that was a stupid move, but at least you made it work. Lay off, it was beautiful, Zora. I could cry. Honestly, this kind of tomfoolery was pretty common when it was just the three of you. Throwing yourself headlong into Cam's jokes was practically habit, thanks to all the time you'd spend together until now. Granted, this was the first time they asked you to pull this particular stunt. From how they were still chuckling under their breath, you had the feeling they'd gotten all they'd hoped for. Camcorder to Ice Queen. I repeat, camcorder to Ice Queen. The package was received safely, now awaiting new orders. Over. Proceed as planned. Onwards to Reina. Proceed as planned. Onwards to Reina. To Reina. You all clicked your seatbelts in, and Cameron shifted the car into reverse, twisting in their seat. They gave a quick peppy salute before settling, one hand on the back of Deja's headrest. I just want to stop to admire the decoration here. So they got like car headrest cushions that are like frogs, and their steering wheel has like a frog little design on it, and they've got a little what do you call those things? What do you call those car baubles? Not the baubles, but the ones that hang, the little like the danglies. They have a little plant one, and they got all these stickers on the ceiling. It's so cute. I love stickers. I'm a sticker person. I'm a very sticker person. I'm a stickers person. Cue me just being a person made out of stickers. That's my secret. I'm actually secretly made out of stickers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Am I? Back to it. They maneuvered out of their parking spot with a practiced turn of the wheel. Looking backward all the while, it was inevitable you'd make eye contact. And when you did, they winked. I know. I'm the coolest, aren't I? On most people, this kind of ego-boosting question would come off as arrogant. On Cameron, it came off as an intentional joke, a way to keep the energy light. You and Deja had the rare privilege of seeing Cameron at their silliest, and they made sure you knew it. I don't know why you keep doing that when you have a perfectly good backup camera. Cool. Nah, I think it's hot when you do that. Cam, if you have to ask, then you're not being cool. There's no silence option. Okay. There's no log. Oops. So I didn't even notice the little flower in there, see? Oh my gosh, look, and it does a smile. Actually, I had a flower that had a face like that. It wasn't that big. It was a toy flower still though. And it was it was like a flower. It had a long green stem. I had one and my sisters had one. It was neat. It was like a wire stem though, so like you can like bend the stem and bend the stem and bend the stem, make it all curly and hook it there and wrap it around your arm there, and yeah. I don't know what to say to this. I need a log. It's just that like sometimes I need to reread the exact dialogue to help my brainy brain. Okay, I guess let's go over why not each of these options, so I can figure out which one has the less knots and be like, okay, well then I'll do that one. So this one just feels a little judgy. Like if someone wants to check, sorry if that was noisy. I was gonna mimic the move, and if someone wants to check that way, I don't see the problem in it. Personally. But then again, I guess I'm used to people checking that way also. Sorry, I got distracted by the stickers. That's so forward. Okay, sorry, I don't think that me personally, and I know that this character's technically not me personally, but I don't think that me personally has ever called anything hot in the attractive sense, because me personally, I don't fully get it. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. And I know this is just a joke. I know it's just a joke, but I don't know how to joke like that. So forward, so direct. So I don't know. And then of course we have if you have to ask, then you're not being cool, which is a classic line. And we already acknowledged that it is a joke. So it'd just be like a joke on a joke, but it's like, so it's a joke, that's a joke, it's jokes. I'll flip a coin. I've decided, well, I didn't actually decide. Let me get a spinner instead. I'm getting a spinner so that we can figure this out. And, well, I hadn't spun yet, but it works out because, you know, when you open it, it automatically does a spin. So right now it's saying that I should do option 3. I'm going to reduce the spinner, and it again says option 3. Coin, do you agree with that? The coin agrees. They're in agreement. They're in agreement. But like, what if it comes off as mean? But what if it comes off as mean? I don't want to be mean. Which is really funny because the way I write friend groups, they rag on each other. I already saved, so I have permission to reload this. Yeah. I'm saving double just to be sure it's saved. And the coin and the other one both said this, but I don't know. I feel like in what do you call it? There's that movie, Barbie as the Princess and the Pauper. That's what it's called. In the How Could You Refuse? It's the How Can I Refuse reprise. And it's like, at the end, she's like, this is spoilers. This is spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but this movie's also really old. And by really old, I mean it's early 2000s. And I'm dawdling again. But the point is like, she accepts, like, a character accepts a proposal even though she really doesn't want to. But like, she holds out her hand for the ring, but like was looking away like, ah! Can you hear that? Can you hear that? I moved away a lot. Okay. See, I overthink everything. Truly cool people don't need validation from others. Yeah, take it from Deja, the coolest person we know. Can you guys just indulge me one time? Well, if you have to ask. Cameron groaned with their mock frustration, though a smile still tugged at the corners of their mouth. Fine, whatever. I get it. I'm too hot to be cool. The gear shift clunked, and the car pulled smoothly out onto the main road. A cool breeze fluttered through the front windows, and campus buildings rolled by in silhouettes of glass, stone, and brick. Rinmeyer was an easy first pick for many students. While not overly prestigious, it was a beautiful school set near a cozy town, couched in hazy blue mountains and forest of deep green. The academics here were no joke either. It had been competitive enough that you still felt more than lucky to be admitted into the pre-law track to boot. Oh wow, we're pre-law? Oh my gosh. Why'd you choose Rin Mayer? Meyer? Mayer. Oh. It was certainly the question is, why'd you choose Rin Meyer? Did I read that? I probably did, because I said Rin Meyer like 5 times. It was certainly the prettiest and coolest campus you had seen. Downtown Farfield was what really sealed the deal. You'd mostly focused on your academics when choosing this place. Why would I choose a school? Dorms. I'm kidding. Let me think. I have to think about it because I did have a school that I kind of liked. But why did I like them? They sent me a t-shirt. No, okay, I gotta remember. But also, I know why I wouldn't choose a school. If I go onto your website and I can't navigate it, or it hurts to look at, I'm not going to your school. It actually happened when I was applying to high schools. There was a high school, and their page, I was like, oh my gosh. And then later, I ended up switching high schools, and I saw the page, the website for that high school that I ended up going to. I was like, dang, if I had seen this website and had a full choice, I wouldn't have come. I'm so mean, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna go to the prettiest, coolest campus you'd ever seen. I like looking at buildings. Buildings? Well, if it's a cool looking building, because like, sorry, I paused. I wasn't sure if I should reiterate or not, but I think I'll just move forward. The brochures had done their best to capture everything, but nothing had beaten experiencing it in person. Your first month here had been a giddy one, full of exploration and maybe a little frolicking. Campus was, to quote Deja when you'd met, picturesque as F. And, to quote Cameron next, sick as F. Thanks to the mountains, there was an observatory on one side of campus and a ski slope on the other. The locals enjoyed them just as much as the students did. Farfield was a small place, but that didn't mean it was boring. Cameron slowed for a speed bump, and you heard the rustle of nylon bags in the trunk. How'd shopping go? Deja tipped her head back for a laugh. More of a sharp exhale, really. It was easy to miss these mini laughs of hers if you didn't know what to listen for. Should I tell her, or will you? Why? What'd you do, Cam? Why do you assume it's me who did something? Remember, in the court of law, everyone is presumed innocent before they are. You're not on trial. But if you were, we'd present to the court a picture of a certain pyramid of paper towels knocked all over the floor. We had a defective wheel and the cart wouldn't steer right. And we're sure that was the cart's fault? Cam, remember, we volunteered nothing. Stay quiet. Aw, Cam, were you guys all right? Sounds like a weak defense to me. Okay, I'm between the two middle ones. We volunteered nothing. Stay quiet. And are you guys alright? Deja's got purple in her hair. I had to lean really close to the screen, so if you heard any weird sound, that's the reason why. But I was looking at Deja's hair, and I was like, I think, and I was right. She's got purple in her hair. She's got purple in her hair. Okay. Were you guys all right? Remember, we volunteer nothing. Stay quiet. I mean, they were paper towel rolls. So, like, I'm trying to think, like, here in my immediate response, if I was immediately in the situation and I didn't have a list of options, what am I most likely to say to this? Laugh. That's like, I didn't think if I was in the situation, that's the first thing. So, that doesn't tell me anything. What would I say after that? I probably would more likely ask if they were all right, but that's because I'm not a law major. Actually, I think no, my first thought, if I backtrack a little bit, when I read what they said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. When I read what they said about the wheel, there are carts wheels do be really annoying. So I fully agree and understand that the wheel sucked. Oh my gosh. I'll go with the we say nothing. You're so right. They clapped their mouths shut, twisting an invisible key at the corner and tossing it away. Well, as an eyewitness to the crime, I've got plenty to say. She's bluffing, stay strong! Honestly, it's not like anything actually broke. The employees said it was fine, but Cam's convinced they can't ever go back to Dickinson's again. Probably for the best. You won't stop laughing whenever we pull up. Oh no, but the macadamia nuts there are Deja's favorite. Buck up, Cam. It's the closest store to the campus. Macadamia nuts are Deja's favorite. I don't know if I can read this line. It's such a simple line, but I haven't made jokes like this. They're on a different level than me. They're making a joke about the name of the store and the macadamia nuts. It's always one ear and out the other for you. Cameron Snickle, oh my gosh. I'm so bad at words. I say everything wrong. Cameron snickered as they flicked the turn signal on. Deja tilted her head and looked back at you. What's up? You met her eye with an automatic smile, watching as her expression softened. She took her time putting the words together as she usually did around you. Was your morning all right? Beyond the obvious, I mean. Well, naturally, you hadn't been set up for success today. Your room had been a mess when you'd woken up late. Naturally, you hadn't been set up for success today. Your room had been a mess. You'd woken up late. You'd had to run across campus, and you'd gotten held up by that stranger. There was a lot to say about your morning from that alone, but did you want to tell your friends? Hey, why not tell them about that, actually? You didn't want to tell them that you'd almost been even later thanks to that encounter. We will tell them because yeah, we're just gonna do it. Well, I ran into someone on the way over. From where? No, I mean like I ran into someone. I didn't know them. You ran? Yes, well, I didn't fall over, but they did. LMAO, what happened? It wasn't good. I was in the way and they couldn't stop their scooter on time, so they ran into a hedge. Oh, the poor campus foliage. But they were okay, right? Then they turned it into a whole rom-com thing, really big on the sappy jokes, you know? Uh-huh. What's that for? What? What'd I say? You get those smug smiles off your faces. You leaned forward and drummed your hands petulantly. Yeah, petulantly. I know the word petulant. It's looking at it that was the problem. On their seats, and Deja laughed, unlocking her phone as she leaned away. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, did you get a name? Cameron wiggled their eyebrows. Oh my gosh. I can't read. It's enticingly, but looking at the word, I couldn't read it. Hang on. I had to go check something, so I'll be right back. Right back. LOL. I just looked at the time. I got like 30 minutes. Cameron wiggled their eyebrows enticingly in the rear view mirror, and he scoffed. Their friends weren't the biggest gossips, but they could still be quite nosy in their own right. Cam's curiosity was born of genuine interest, wanting to know for knowing's sake. But Deja wanted to appraise. At the very least, she'd make it heard whether she thought someone was bad news. She had a good radar for BS, no matter the context. Bad sales deals disintegrated under her discerning eye, and anyone with ill intent could look forward to the same. Alas, no, I didn't. What? Boo! Yeah, how's Deidre going to do any internet stealthing now? We just have to run into them again? In the intervening lull. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know why I was about to call it interview. You mulled over that stranger one last time. It was normal to share an encounter like that. You told Deja and Cam practically everything. That had been a little unexpected. You didn't usually share details like that with your friends. Nah, we shared because we share. We share everything. Yeah, there'd been little to no chance you would keep a story like that from your friends. It was all par for the course. Well, thanks for picking me up anyway. Of course. We can't miss out today. It's so much free stuff. Hey, don't forget, we've got work to do first. We will. If I have a lot of Tupperware in the back, that is a coincidence, I assure you. Some of that Tupperware is mine, right? Even if it's not, you can borrow whatever. He smiled, resolving to help Cameron pack away whatever leftovers they wanted first. The rest of the ride, oh my gosh. I thought that said fridge for a second and I have no idea why I thought that. The rest of the ride was a tangle of light-hearted conversations. Deja and Cam were common fixtures in your life, but you rarely ran out of things to talk about. It was never silent. At least Deja had the aux, and she'd put one of her playlists on as soon as you left campus. Gradually, the trees on either side of the road thinned, and the car entered a classy residential area with quaint homes separated by large lawns and extensive driveways. Is it this one? Yep, you just pull in behind that car. Cameron pulled over, fitting the van into an empty spot. From the number of other vehicles already here, you are probably among the last of the helpers to arrive. Hopefully, Raina wouldn't mind. Peering out the window again, you were struck by a suburban... What? You were struck by the suburban mood that blanketed the entire area. Man, who's getting housing out here? This is way fancier than what's on campus. Huh? Oh nah, this isn't for students. But Raina lives here. She sure does. Deja flicked her wrist impassively, speaking with the bluntness of someone who'd seen this view one too many times. It's a legit neighborhood. Some of our professors live here. The Tinnerd? The Tinnerd ones. Cam, I'm pretty sure your first year senior professor is her neighbor. No, Miss Gregory? Yep, apparently she swings by with muffins. Man, we didn't call her a G for nothing. I love you, Mrs. G. Cameron hollered after sticking their head through the window, fists thumping on their chests to express their admiration. Deja snorted. So close. It's the one on the other side. Well, whoever lives on this side, I also love them. Anyway, let's get going. Wait 1 second. The locks clicked shut, and the window on Deja's side whirred as she rolled it back up. Should we be concerned? I'm already bricks. Cameron, come on, this is important. I said that this was a party that Raina was hosting, right? And I was co-hosting. Yep, I remember, since it was so weird hearing that. What? Weird how? You don't really do parties, Dee. Not unless it's our birthdays or something. And we're here to help set up. We're here early to help set up. That means it's an SGB party. SGB. Case closed, Detective Keller. Case closed indeed. Excellent work, Detective Molinares? Deja pouted a little, and the two of you turned away to giggle. Your roommate was vice president of the Student Government Board, which organized events and initiatives all over campus. It hadn't exactly been rocket science to guess the real nature of today's party. It was even easier when one considered that Raina was SGB president. Though that did bring up one inconsistency. If it's SG business, why not put that in the name? Why is it just a barbecue today? Because it's a test run. We'd like to run this on a bigger scale next year, so we're running a smaller trial first. That's why it's at Raina's place. The other SG people know, and now you do too, but none of the other guests really do. Okay, is that it? Nope, there's something bigger. She held one hand out to each of you, palm up. You didn't really like being touched by other people, even amongst friends. You didn't really like being touched by other people, but you made an exception for your close friends. You didn't mind physical touches at all. It's like I'm somewhere in between these two. The exception for friends, don't mind physical touches at all, because it's like it depends. It depends. Sometimes I'm like, ew, don't touch me. But other times I'm the person going, hey, hugs make the world go round, hugs make the world go round. Like literally, do you know Hug Day was January 21st? It's Hug Day that day. I know that because I'm a person who loves hugs. But then again, also, so like, it's funny because like in middle school, I was kind of known for giving hugs to my friends all the time. One of my friends was like, yeah, you give the best hugs. But on that same vein, if someone wanted a high five and there was a decent chance, because this is like at school, right? There's a decent chance I had a pencil, and instead of giving them an actual high five, I returned it by poking their hand with the safe end of my pencil. Why? I don't know. It just felt, I was like, it's a little, I gave someone a high five the other day, and I was like, Because they put their hand up for a high five, and I actually completed the high five, but it's like, man, I guess I'll click the middle option. Yeah, that's probably the correct option, which is really funny because when I write friendships, well, I guess it's friendships, exception for close friends, but when I write, people are all over each other's personal bubbles. Like, personal bubbles, what is that? Me though, don't touch me. Okay, yeah. You stuck your hand in hers as requested, swinging your clasped palms with a little smile. Cameron was more enthusiastic, slapping their hand on hers with a resounding smack. While you're at it, you and Cam linked your free hands as well, completing the triangle and leaning in to listen. There was a pause, as Deja's gaze glided from you to Cameron and back. The anticipation built as she gathered her words. The barbecue? I feel like I'm doing her voice different every time. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting like the scene. But I don't have like a full point of reference. Like, there's a point of reference at the edge of my brain, but I can't keep up with it because I don't know what it is that I'm trying to guide off of. Like I just know what voice I'm doing for Zora. I just boop 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 boop. I have a point of reference that I decided on mid-reading for Cameron because I felt like my voice was getting there to that character, and I was like, well, I'll just base it off of this character then, because that is the character that I feel like I already kind of sound like right now. But Deja, I'm struggling with because I don't know. There's like a vibe, but I don't have a voice to listen for to make myself. And that is tripping me up a little bit. Let me carry on because I don't know how long this demo is, and I kind of stall. I can go till 12:30 technically because they all expect me to be done at like that later. Like, they expect me to be done later than earlier. Yeah, my time frame is really 12, but did I change that? Anyway, so they're holding hands. The three of them are holding hands, listening with anticipation for Deja to continue. The barbecue has a game at the end, a scavenger hunt. I'm asking the both of you, from the depths of my heart, to take it seriously. It's that serious? Scavenger hunt? Deja, you know I treat those with extreme seriousness. From the very depths of your heart? Now I know you mean business. You didn't comment, patiently waiting for her next words. Oh. Yeah, let's patiently wait for her next words. I was gonna choose, I treat those with extreme seriousness, but I also wasn't sure if that was a joke. So we're gonna wait patiently. It's good to wait patiently also sometimes because we don't want to cut people off. I cut Cove off too many times. I'm so sorry, Cove. Your roommate closed her eyes and briefly tightened her grip on the both of you. Sorry. When she opened them again, there was a flash of greed in them. The scavenger hunt, my friends, has a prize of $500. Oh my gosh. Suddenly, the car was deathly silent. Let me repeat that. $500 effing dollars. Cameron's tongue darted out to swipe at their dry lips. Deja, if you're messing with us, I'm serious. This is real. We, along with the rest of the guests, are playing for keeps, and there is, I kid you not, a fat stack of cash waiting in Raina's room as we speak. If there is ever a moment to take my words at face value, it is now, okay? I'm not kidding. That cemented it for Cameron. Holy yes! I can't get the voice right every single time. It's just a shoot. Oh my gosh. It's hard to also censor while trying to be in character and making sure I remember the voices I'm doing. The car rocked on its axles as they leaped up on their seat, thumping their hands wildly on the steering wheel as they screamed. Even Deja joined in on the chaos, her heels digging into the carpet of Cameron's car in a series of gleeful thumps. The jewelry adorning her body jingled with the movement as she too began yelling. You didn't even bat an eye as you simply sat in your seat. You joined in the celebration. Sure was joining the celebration. Normally I would probably just like laugh, but we're joining at the celebration. You know I talk too much. You bounced a few times in your seat, hands flying up in a poor attempt to hide the wide grin on your face. It wasn't often you whooped and hollered. See, I said normally I would sit there, but money was money, and there were $500. There was for $500 within reach. You know what this reminded me of? Not really reminding me of, but the fact that it's $500, I'm like, oh, so then if we win, we're gonna split it, right? We're gonna split it as evenly as possible. But then I realized 500 doesn't split into 3 evenly, and there's actually a quick way to check that, but I mainly remember that because I was thinking about that episode of Gumball, The Amazing World of Gumball, where their step-grandfather, whatever, gave the kids a check of, I think it was $5,000, and they were like, oh my gosh. And then they talked about what they should do with the money, and they were talking about splitting it, and they were like, well, we're not gonna be able to split it evenly, and then it became a fight, and then their parents got involved, and it's funny. Oh, my head. Eventually, though, it's okay. Oh, my head. I was about to divide it. I don't need to divide it. I was really about to try to find a calculator and divide that. Anyways, the quick way to tell if something's divisible by 3 is add up the numbers, the digit numbers. So 500 is 500. So you add 5 plus 0 plus 0 equals 5. Now, is 5 divisible by 3? No. But if it was 501, it would be 5 plus 0 plus 1 equals 6. And 6 is divisible by 3. Therefore, 501 is divisible by 3. And I am going to prove it right now. I am going to put in 501 into the search bar. Divide it by 3 is 167. No decimal. It's divisible. And there you have it. You can't see that I totally did that. Yep, it's not on the screen, but it is correct. Yep. And I guess while I'm here, might as well. And that's your quick trick for if you're ever like, is this number divisible by 3? Now you know. Now you know how to find that out. You're welcome. I'm laughing at myself. Okay, wait. Cameron came down from their initial shock to seize Deja by the forearms. The roommate grabbed them back, the white of her manicured nails standing out against the gray of their hoodie. Game plan. What is it? You have to have one, right? Like, we're winning the thing, no question. Definitely. I already know where everything is. Otherwise, there's no point bringing this up. Wait, are we cheating? Deja grinned at you without hesitation, mischief sparking to life in her eyes. Some people call it cheating. I call it a utilization of prior knowledge given my role as party coordinator. Well, that's just a long-winded way of saying we're cheating. If Raina didn't want me to cheat, then she wouldn't have asked me to help hide the items. Besides, just because we know where everything is doesn't guarantee we'll win. We'll still have to get everything first if we're going to grab what we need. Nah, still didn't feel right. When she put it that way, maybe we're fine with it? Or maybe not. Deja had a point. Nothing wrong with playing to your strengths. We're going with the middle option because that is that. Yep. Maybe we're fine with it, or maybe not. There was a moral conundrum at play here: to cheat or not to cheat. And the angel on your shoulder begged for you to object. However, the little demon perched opposite whispered otherwise. Your inability to take a stance must have. Oh. No, I can't rewind. I didn't save. I know. I'm that person. I see them change. I change up. No, I should have just agreed. Your ability to take a stance must have reflected on your face. The excitement on your friend's face is washed away, leaving behind a faint but genuine concern. Hey. You met her gaze, which was now soft and warm. We don't have to. It was just a thought. Yeah, it's not like we need to cheat to win. That cash is ours no matter what. I suppose as long as we're playing, honestly, we should. There was a sudden tap on the window, and Cameron let out an ear-splitting scream. Deja screamed in turn, flinging herself backward against the locked door. You dodged her flailing arm as she tried to sock Cameron in the shoulder, ducking back into the middle row of seats. Oh, there is a log. Guys, there's a log. I should have known that. I saw it earlier. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need to reread that. I was thinking, I need to reread that. I don't know what just happened. My processing was really bad. There was a sudden tap on the window and Cameron let out an ear-splitting scream. Deja screeched in turn, flinging herself backwards against the locked door. You dodged her flailing arm as she tried to sock Cameron in the shoulder, ducking back into the middle row of seats. Wow, I could have... Wow, look how far the log goes back. I could have pulled up the log. I can't believe I forgot there was a log. I saw that earlier, and I still was like, oh, there's no log. And it's right, say 3 times. And it's right there. It's right there. I still didn't fully process that. I mean, I got it a bit better now. I think, so the tapping scared Cameron, and their screaming scared Deja. And then Deja hit them for scaring her. Yep, I think that's what happened. That is that. That's my brain processing at work. Christ, Cameron. Oh, sorry.
You'd better not be doing what I think you're doing, Deja.
Damn it, Raina. I almost pissed my pants.
Raina peered through the passenger side window, her curled fingers shading her narrowed eyes with her back to the glass. Deja looked sulkily to one side, stalling as long as she could before she'd have to make eye contact.
Why does she look so scary staring in like that?
Deja shook her head without answering. As she swiveled back around in her seat, rolling down the window, she fixed Raina with a flat stare.
Not that I'm admitting it, but we weren't doing anything.
Oh, but you were thinking of it.
Mm-hmm. Past tense.
A likely story.
Even if I tell the truth, she won't believe me.
I can't blame her. This is you we're talking about.
Like you weren't on board with the idea.
At the accusation, Cameron only looked away, whistling a random tune.
Whatever. If it helps Raina, my lovely roommate's got too good of a conscience to let us do anything.
Raina turned her scrutiny on you, and you smiled nervously. Hi. You weren't sure if she'd know you well enough to accuse you, or if she did know you well enough to let you off the hook. Either way, she relented with a sigh, her shoulders slumping as she relaxed.
Fine, I believe you. Or I believe your roommates.
I'm hurt.
Raina scoffed before finally stepping away from the window.
Okay, come on out. You guys aren't just here to have fun after all.
Doors opened and shut, and you lined up. Doors opened and shut, and you lined up next to each other by the van. Raina paced slowly back and forth, her fingers tinted in front of her as she eyed you up and down. So, where do you need us? Okay, I'm deciding Laura's height right now. I'm going to try to. Zora's the shortest of her friend group. Probably about here. Yep. I'm going with that. I think. And she can look just like she does right here. Okay. I'm so funny. I'm so not. Okay, I already read that. Well, I'll continue on. So they're out of the car. All lined up. So, where do you need us?
For starters, we've been waiting for the stuff you're buying. So hopefully you've got everything on the list.
At a heavy price, yes.
Cameron lowered their head solemnly, pressing one hand to the collar as they sighed. He smiled, knowing they were thinking about those fallen paper towels at the store.
Unless you guys bought something extra, we shouldn't be over budget. But anyway, if you can get everything to the backyard, we can finish setting up the tables.
We're on it.
We're on it. I don't know, I'm gonna figure out what.
Actually, Deja, I need you to help oversee the other members first.
No, what? They're going to ask me what to do.
That is part of our job, you know. We're their elected leadership.
That doesn't mean they can't fend for themselves.
I know, but I have to go move all the scavenger hunt items. Just in case. Then I'll come to relieve you, I promise.
Fine.
I guess I'll handle the groceries then?
I'm comparing the voices. I apologize. Cameron's voice is different than the character that I was using as slight inspiration, because I was like, I think I'm already close to this character's voice. But I don't know that I can actually make their voice. I should learn how to voice act better.
Yes, please. Deja can point you to where everything needs to go.
Can do.
It's like in the same wheelhouse, but like different. Like, I don't know how to describe it. And I've already forgotten Deja's voice. No, I hear it, but not enough. It's not clear enough, you know? Cameron jabbed a button on their camera, and they headed to the SUV's rear with Deja. You were about to follow, but Raina put a hand to stop you.
I've got a different kind of task for you.
What?
You're gonna help a friend of mine finish making these damn cupcakes.
Sure thing, boss. So obedient. I love it. So here's the deal. These cupcakes were supposed to be finished an hour ago. The guy you're helping knows what he's doing. You might know him for it, actually, unless you live under a rock. It's fine if you don't. It's not important. What matters is he's only one person, and I may have hit him with a really tall order. So she made a grand but uncertain gesture, waving one arm vaguely toward the house. Help where you can, all right? And I mean wherever you can. The clock's ticking. Is there something I should be watching out for specifically? Yeah, I heard you the first time. Relax, Raina, I got this. It's just cupcakes. Oh, that's not foreboding at all. In my head, I am like, yeah, I can handle some cupcakes. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'm not practical. So we're gonna go with is there something I should be watching out for specifically? Trouble in any and all shapes. Alrighty, I'll do my best. Raina sighed, her head tipping to one side as she folded her arms. Sorry, it's just that my friend's sort of finicky. I do believe you'll be alright, but just in case, I've got a couple of notes. 1, he's going to insist he can take care of the cupcakes himself. Don't listen to him. We need to expedite the process. 2, he's a little on the skittish side, like a bunny, so don't do anything to spook him if you can. Sure, no problem. Okay then. With a jingle, she pulled a spare house key from her pocket, handing it over with a peppy nod. I leave him in your capable hands. Once you're done, come find me in the backyard. I'll be around somewhere. Thanks a bunch, Zora. And like the spring breeze, Raina left in a hurry, in a flurry of pink. Oh my gosh, I thought if I clicked auto for a second. I'm so funny. The fact that these are right here and I didn't. Oh my god, I should use that earlier. You stepped through the front door, half expecting to find yourself in a lifelike version of a pink plastic dollhouse. Surprisingly, the window, where did that come from? Maybe I should just save and get off now. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I'm just embarrassing myself. I always mess up at reading, but I feel like I've made a lot more mistakes in the last, I was gonna say 10 minutes, but I make 10 minutes 20 minutes because I do this. So I wasn't actually sure how long it was, but oh, flip a coin. Oops. Coin. Should I keep playing right now? Okay, coin agrees, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. That was probably a decent spot to stop. I don't know how long the demo is. And now I'm silent. I'm sorry. Okay. We'll go for 10 more minutes. But this is like gonna be a whole scene. So maybe I should just... The coin indulged me. I should listen to the coin. Yeah, I mean, what would I even... Okay, we'll keep going. You step through the front door, half expecting to find yourself in a lifelike version of a pink plastic dollhouse. Surprisingly, the living room was just that, an average living room, found in any house in the Northeast. Bummer. Maybe you shouldn't have expected much, considering the exterior wasn't doused in a baby pink. Back to the job. A sweet, warm aroma led you across the living room and through an archway on the other side into the kitchen. There was someone stooped behind the kitchen island with blonde hair and a green sweater. They bent even farther, leaning down to swap trays of batter in and out of the open oven. That'd have to be Rena's. Oh my gosh. That'd have to be Rena's friend. You spoke up as you entered, trying not to startle them. Heyo. The door to the oven snapped shut, with a fresh batch of cupcakes held in one mitted hand. He turned to you, lips parted in slight surprise. There was a moment of hesitation visible on his face before it thawed into a genial smile. And now I interrupt your program to look up the word friendly and cheerful from Oxford Languages. Google definition. Yep. Okay.
Hello. Can I help you?
You know who else wears a green sweater? This is so random. Number 3 from Kids Next Door. It was only a couple words, but you noticed the lit in his voice. The vowels softly rose and fell, lending him... Yeah, that said lending. I don't know why I thought I said it wrong. Lending him a melody that threaded even the simplest of sentences. A foreign exchange student, maybe? There are plenty of those at Rin Mare. Hi. That's what I'm supposed to ask you, actually.
Pardon?
Raina sent me over. She said I'm supposed to help you with whatever you need. He nodded once before placing the tray on the stovetop and shaking off the oven mitt.
I see. I've got it covered, but thank you.
She said you'd say that. I'm supposed to insist on helping you. But between you and me, I don't really want to be put to work. And so this is me, insisting. What can I do? That's the genre I'm choosing. And so this is me, insisting. What can I do? He raised a brow as he thought, but after a moment, he nodded a second time.
Well, I put the last batch in already, so all that's left is decorating.
Dang it. Decorating is the hard part because, I mean, it's like not too hard, but it's hard if you want it to look good, which we do, but it's okay. We can decorate. Oh, this is gonna be one of those timed options. Oh my gosh, wait. Okay. Why did she talk a little bit like me, though? Why did she talk a little bit like me? There was barely any space on the counter when you joined him, thanks to the wire racks crowded with rows and rows of cupcakes. A number of them were already frosted, but there were plenty that hadn't yet been decorated. I'm starting to see why Raina told me to come help.
Waiting for the cupcakes to cool was the most time-consuming part. We'll be done in time.
He gestured to a row of piping bags, filled with a rainbow of different colored frostings.
Do you know how to use these?
I do know. Oh, I can't pull up the log from here. Okay, so technically on an option choice, there is no log. But it was like these are the decorating bags, right? And I don't remember what all he just listed. I don't remember what was all just listed. Like this is gonna help me pull up the log. I don't. Well, I do know the basics. See, my mom used to bake a lot, and I got to help. And I used to bake, like I would bake cupcakes and stuff and bring them in for school on my birthday and stuff. Well, around my birthday and stuff. My birthday was often over the break, but I would make cupcakes and bring them in for my birthday sometimes. So just say luckily you did know. No worries, I know what to do.
Then, please, be my guest.
Well, don't say that, now you're making me nervous. Feel free to appraise my work. Prepare to be impressed. Okay, but don't laugh if it's not up to snuff. Stop, you're gonna jinx me. I should open up the log just to make sure I answered properly. Because we talked about the decorating bags, right? I forgot though. My brain, like... This is what happens when you don't save. You see that? You see that? You see that? Now I have to go back and make sure I read everything correctly.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Pardon? I see. Well,
But is it a
last
mini
pageant
game?
already.
Hold up. Let's see.
Waiting for the cupcakes to cool was the most time-consuming part. We'll be done in time.
You gesture to a row of piping bags filled with different colored frostings. Okay.
Do you know how to use these?
Yes, I know how to. It's just piping bags. I wasn't. For some reason, I was like, there was a rainbow something, but I don't know. Okay. We can carry on. We're gonna say. Don't laugh. It's not up to snuff. Yep. Because I'm not a feel free to praise my work and prepare to be impressed type of person. I'm actually like the other three options. They're making me nervous. Don't laugh. You're gonna jinx me. But we're gonna say don't laugh if it's not up to snuff.
Well, if you talk such a big game, I must admit I have my expectations.
It's not. I know what to do. I feel like I'm about to need to do that movement thing. I have it on default. Should I slow it down? Oh wait, can I just hit enter? Maybe lower them for my sake. He brushed back his curled fingers over his mouth, doing little to hide the chuckle that escaped him. What did I say about laughing?
Apologies. I didn't know you meant starting now.
He glanced at the cupcakes that were already finished. Some of the designs were singular flowers made of multi-layered petals. Others were entire bouquets of tiny clustered blooms, piped with the confident flair that made for a spectacular show of craftsmanship. Oh no. Since the flowers seemed to be the theme, you quickly pulled aside 3 colors of frosting, and with practiced movements, you started piping. Along the way, you switched from white to cream, then to a peachy blush. With the flourish, you lifted the nozzle one last time, revealing a rose that faded from one color to the next.
I don't know why you were concerned. You did an excellent job. You can carry on then. I'll deal with the finishing touches.
Returning to a rack of half-decorated pieces, he picked up a piping bag and settled in. Wherever his attention turned, leaves and petals unfurled in flicks of effortless color. Bit by bit, he gravitated a garden out of frosting. Vanilla and sugar wafted through the air, making the scene more convincing. You're really good at this. You handed over a cupcake with a rosette on it, and he tended to it quickly. 1 second. Sorry, I thought I heard something. You handed over a cupcake with a rosette on it, and he tended to it quickly, creating a cluster of wavy edged leaves. I'd hope so. I've been doing this for a long time. How long are we talking? 10 years, maybe 11. I hope you're getting paid for this at least. Are you? No, I'm just a volunteer today. Raina knows I try to help out where I can. I see. Well, today I'm simply honoring a favor. That's a very big favor to call in. He cracked a wry smile, and you grinned right back, before realizing that you skipped a crucial step. Ah, I forgot. I'm Zora. She, her pronouns.
You can call me Jamie. He, him.
Name tags. I didn't notice. I mean, like, it's filled in now. Something tickled the back of your mind when you heard that. Jamie. Yes? Oh no, it's just that I can't quite put my finger on it, but your name reminded me of something. It's an average name. No, there's something like... Then your stomach decided to rumble, and your train of thought screeched to a halt. There was no way Jamie hadn't heard it, but he kept piping, with his eyes demurely lowered and his mouth shut. I'm sorry about that. I haven't eaten yet. You haven't? There hasn't been a good opportunity to. Best to remedy that then. He reached over to hand you yet another unfrosted cupcake. Have one. Can I really? Isn't this for the party? You didn't wait a single second. Chomp. Oh, no frosting? You made sure to thank him first before digging in. Can I really? Or thank you. Can I really? Raina won't count them. Probably. And if she does, she's a nerd. Well, thank you. Without further ado, you peeled the wrapper away and took a bite. The cupcake was light, but decadent, sitting on your tongue with a distinctively floral flavor. It was sweet, of course, but not cloying. Something that Jamie seemed to already know, as he blinked expectantly at you. tastes like a flower. That was the plan, yes? Any other notes? No, it's really good. Then, please do eat the rest of it. Suddenly there was a rattling sound, and you two leaned to look through the archway into the dining area. Two silhouettes stood at the back door, rattling the handle to no avail. Dang it, it's locked. I told you. Raina said no one's allowed in until the party starts. Dude, I have to pee so bad. You don't have a spare key? No. But if we go find her now, she might walk you in. Automatically, you took a step over, but before you actually got anywhere, Jamie spoke up. Don't do that, please. There wasn't a shred of hesitation in Jamie's voice. While you looked between him and the door, the silhouette shrank away from the curtains as the unfortunate volunteers gave up and left. Why not? I don't want people in here. Raina's words from earlier resurfaced, skittish like a bunny. He didn't strike you as the timid type after talking, but now you were starting to wonder if there was something else going on. Still, there were a few things that felt as bad as being unable to find a bathroom on time. What would that volunteer do? Beg Raina to let them in? Drive all the way back to campus? It'd be quick, in and out, simple as that. If you'd open the door now, you could still get their attention. There had to be a reason Raina kept the house off limits. You'd keep the door locked. Yes, we'll go with the second one. Because this isn't our house. And they've already started walking away, and we've been asked not to do it. I think that's good reasons to not do anything. Well, I feel bad for them, but Raina did lock the doors, so... With a final glance at the door, you moved to pick up another cupcake. Jamie did the same, though he was finished piping an entire flower by the time you got one layer of petals down. He was moving at a clipped pace, his eyes fixed on his work as he let the silence between you stretch on. It felt like he was waiting for you to do something. Judge him maybe for refusing to help others, or ask him to explain himself in more detail. It was a slant-wise way to do that, without sounding like you were accusing him. So, I think almost all the other volunteers here are student government. I'm guessing you're not, since you're the only one... Since you only said you were doing Raina a favor? That's correct. I'm not either. Deja, the vice president, I'm her roommate, so we came together, us and... There was that rattling again, from the front door this time, and it was followed by a familiar scrape, then clunk of the lock turning. The party's not starting, is it? Wiping your hands, you walked briskly into the living room, intent on investigating, only to hop aside when the door swung open much faster than expected. Excuse me. Without further ado, a student dashed right past you, disappearing down the hall. A second student leaned in through the door to shout after them, still holding a spare key ring. Raina says we've got 5 minutes, so hurry. Whoa. They flinched, realizing they were standing next to you, and you put your hands up in an automatic placating gesture. Hi. Hi? Wait, how'd you get in here? Oh, Raina asked me to help out. You answered automatically, and the student gave you a second, more discerning look. Uh-huh. Well, as long as I'm waiting for my friend, I'm gonna sit. The front door clicked shut behind them, and while you quietly reached out to relock it, they moved across the living room, only to glance into the kitchen, and pause, perking up with an evident glee. Yo, cupcakes, did you do all this? No, I just started helping with the decorations. Yeah? Who made them then? You called out for Jamie, you didn't mention Jamie. He doesn't want people here. So we'll probably not mention him because I don't want to make him uncomfortable. If they hadn't spotted Jamie yet, it meant he'd left the counter where the cupcakes were. You couched your answer in a little lie of omission, walking closer. Someone who owed Raina a favor. That's what we're all here, am I right? They chuckled conspiratorially, and before you could get around them, they stepped into the kitchen. How long have you... Whoa, wait, Jamie? There was a half-decorated cupcake left on the kitchen island, as well as a piping bag, and Jamie was standing in the dining area far enough away that it was clear he tried to stay out of sight. Hello. I didn't know you were here, but this makes sense. Jeez, this is a ton of cupcakes. And why are you here? Oh, we had to use the restroom. Not we, my friend. Right on cue, footsteps came back from elsewhere in the house. Jamie stepped back toward the counter. His shoulders slopped downward, and the volunteer next to you raised their voice. Hey, in here! You're not gonna believe this! What? Why are you... Oh, hi! Oh! Hi, Jamie! The first student peeked into the kitchen, then scampered in with a wide smile. Their eyes were instantly glued to Jamie, to the point that they almost pushed by you on their way in. If these two had their way, they'd be behind the kitchen island in a second, cooing over the finished cupcakes. But 2 steps in, Jamie put a hand up, his expression polite but distant. Please stay on that side of the kitchen. I'm still working on these. You've been in here making cupcakes the whole time. Man, if we told people that it was Jamie in the kitchen, our guest list would have exploded. As they spoke, the second student reached out, and Jamie smoothly plucked the half-decorated cupcake off the counter before they could touch it. He picked up the piping bag with his other hand, finishing the rosette on top instead of replying. It didn't help much. If anything, it gave the volunteers something else to talk about. I swear these things look almost too good to eat. Almost. But really, you could have asked Raina for help. This is so much to handle all by yourself. It wasn't difficult, a little time-consuming. Jamie's sentences were oddly short and quiet, but the low volume of his words seemed to encourage the two to crowd a little closer. Come on, you make it look easy, that's all. I know, I couldn't do this much detail. The last time I had to decorate cupcakes, I just spread the frosting with a knife, ha! Their giggle twirled and pitched into a higher octave as the oven timer went off. Jamie reached to turn it off, picking up an oven mitt and opening the door. Are you sure you're not in the food sciences program? I mean, I know if there was a pastry degree or something, you'd be in it. More like teaching it. Jamie Porter on the faculty? The school would be swimming in tuition fees. And they laughed, bumping each other's shoulders, easy with raucous humor. You shuffled to one side to keep from getting jostled, when what they said replayed in your mind. Jamie Porter. What was it that Raina had said? You'd know him unless you lived under a rock? You knew what the campus rumors said, of course. Somehow, you'd almost gone 2 full years without seeing the man yourself. But you'd heard things here and there about a certain transfer student whose smile charmed anyone in a single glance. His good looks, effortless grades, and princely manners made him a shoo-in for the position of campus boyfriend. People loved to talk about him, no matter what program or year they were in. And you'd been decorating cupcakes with him, completely unaware, until the final clue fell into place. But seriously, what do I have to do to get a cupcake early? Jamie shook his head, placing the last freshly baked cupcake on an empty rack. Automatically, he picked up a cool one, piping half a rose as he spoke. And they're not finished. Well, not all of them, but what about that one? They leaned forward, lifting a hand to either point at the cupcake in Jamie's hand or reach for it outright. Jamie stepped back, and they pulled their hand away, sucking in a breath that turned into a sly chuckle. Yo, just kidding. I see how hard you're working on that one. Got any rejects laying around? I'd be pretty surprised if there were. I don't remember. Yeah, good point. Like Jamie Porter ever messes anything up. The atmosphere in the kitchen had chilled since the volunteers had come in, but neither of them seemed to notice. Glancing at Jamie, you noticed he was studiously avoiding eye contact with everyone in the room, you included. Hey, look, now this has popped up. This is now when we need to know about the choices. Your choice in the keyframe can impact your main stats, which are divided into 4 categories. I did kind of read this earlier, but so confidence, guts, impulse, bravery, charisma, wit, charm, creativity, compassion, patience, consideration, composure, poise, restraint, balance. You can always check your current stats by clicking on the information button located on the quick menu. Some interactions may involve hidden stat checks, and success or failure will impact the story you're playing. Example, passing a charm check could let you pull off a flirty joke, but failing could cause a fumble instead. Oh, so this must be here. There must be something you could do. This is getting ridiculous. More over than I want. This is getting ridiculous. Time to tattle on the volunteers to Deja. There was a tactful way to address this. Maybe they were overwhelmed by the jobs they were given? Okay, enough was enough. These volunteers had to go and you'd send them on their way. Were they really that tone deaf? You let them know they were making Jamie uncomfortable. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We don't, okay. Well. I think I'm gonna go the tactful way. Because maybe it'll lead to distracting them. I'm gonna save right here. Remembering to save, but I gotta. Okay, we're gonna try to finish up with the volunteers and then I'll get off. Probably should have gone off when I entered the kitchen because it's just easier that way, but I didn't. Okay, that would be a tactful way to address this. Maybe they were overwhelmed with the jobs they were given. I don't have charisma though. I don't have composure. I don't know which one that you need for which one. Like these are gonna be a stat check. But I'm gonna try the tactful way. I'm gonna tell there's a Deja. I just realized that. That's funny. Like, Deja! Okay, this is Deja's job to get everyone in shape. We'll try being nice. Man. Ooh, compassion check. Yay! That's what I said right there, right? Man, I'd love to stay indoors until the party started. Weather's not bad, but you know. They shrugged, casting a conspiratorial glance at you and the other volunteer. Can't beat the air conditioning and a whole bunch of cupcakes, huh? Is there a lot left to do in the yard? You moseyed back into the conversation with a smile, your eyebrows lifting slightly as the volunteers turned to look at you. They seemed to finally realize you weren't a familiar student, and after a pause, one of them answered. Kinda. Are you in the student government? No, I'm Deja's roommate. They gave you more of a sympathetic look than you thought was required, but you let it slide. Oh, so you definitely got conscripted. That's a different voice. I gave him a completely different one. Oh, so you definitely got conscripted. I don't remember what voice I did for him. It's okay. Them, this person. Shadow, her, him, they. I don't know. Yep. I'm sorry. I just realized. It's not too bad, but is there anything I can help you with? What, like outside? Raina told me I should help out wherever I can. If you're still working outside, do you want some water before you go back? Or I can come with if you need a hand. You hadn't gotten a good look at the yard on your way into the house. Maybe everything was still in progress back there. Jamie was literally still piping away, so if there were more hands on deck needed outside. Oh, it's okay. I think we'll do fine now that I'm not, distracted. Yeah, it's not too much left outside. You sure? Very, but thank you for offering. Guess we should get back to it, huh? With that said, they excused themselves at last, hurrying out the back door with renewed energy. In the wake of their departure, Jamie let out a slow, calm breath. I suppose that was inevitable. Sorry. You joined him back at the counter, sending him an apologetic sideways glance while you picked up a piping bag. I didn't mean to leave you just hanging. I didn't mean I'd just leave you hanging if they really did want help. Raina did tell me to do as much as I could, but I should have said I was busy. Silently, he slid a fresh rack of undecorated cupcakes between you before he turned to wipe some stray drips of buttercream off his hands. I get the impression you're a very considerate person in most circumstances. I try to be, but again, I didn't. That's fine. It could have been worse. In any case, I do appreciate you trying to help. You're welcome. You reached over, dotting 3 simple leaves onto the edge of your cupcake in a second gesture of thanks. Jamie stepped away for a moment, checking whether the final batch of cupcakes was still warm. You stayed to the side, finding a ready rhythm and piping some flowers in quick, careful succession. You glanced at him once or twice as he worked, noting the way he angled his face away from you. Now that you knew who he was, there was a wariness in his posture that hadn't been there before. He was Jamie Porter, after all, and you'd gone to some lengths to clear the other volunteers out of the house. If there was a time for you to go all star-eyed on him, it'd be now. He didn't want others finding him in the house for that simple reason, and thinking back, Raina's hesitation when she sent you here made complete sense. How many are left on your side? He asked you a throwaway question, and you glanced away to count the cupcakes within reach. Even if you were trying to keep your cool, the musical lilt in his voice was hard to ignore. Fewer than 10, not too bad. Goes surprisingly quick, provided there are no distractions. When he looked at you, he had a small smile on, the same polite peach crescent that he'd greeted you with when you first met him. It didn't look like there were any hard feelings about everything that happened, at least on the surface. Maybe he did wait for you to finish more cupcakes on your side before he reached over to start adding any details. But he did add them. For all intents and purposes, you had your workflow back. The number of undecorated cupcakes dwindled steadily, and you even tried your hand at a few leaves and vines once you felt up to it. Eventually, Jamie tapped his finger on the counter, breaking your focus. Okay, the last batch needs another 10 to 15 minutes to cool, so you can finish up, then go back to Raina. You sure? I can stick around. It's fine. You can tell Raina I'll be finished in time. You couldn't really hold it against him if he wanted some time to himself. It was as good as any time. It was a good as it was a good it was good a time as any. Oh my gosh. I can't, people. I can't read. I'm awkward. Should I just hide this stream? It was good a time as any to get back to the others. Then I'll go let her know. Thanks for helping me help you. Of course. Okay, we'll stop here. We will stop here. I apologize for myself. I'm a little mess. I overdo things. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I did this thing, but I don't know how to yeah, okay, I saved. I just wanted to make sure I actually saved. I guess I'll leave this up. I apologize. I apologize for myself. Oh, this is still so cute. We haven't even met the character that I saw the video about. They were... I don't think so, anyway. Shoot. What character was that? I don't have Steam open. Like, I'm looking for the poster. Oh. Well, maybe... Oh. That character looks familiar, too. Did I see both their videos? So maybe I did... Actually, you know what? I think I did see Jamie's video. That's funny. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm a mess. And I mess things up sometimes. I apologize. And I will do my best. I'll leave this up, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, thanks again for watching and stopping by. I'll continue this next Friday. And on Monday, I will play more Our Life. Our Life, beginning and always. My character Ty. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and that's the schedule. Monday we'll be back for Our Life, and Wednesday we'll be back with Long Live the Queen. And Thursday... I don't remember what I played yesterday. Anyways, I know I already have the thanks for watching up and I'm still talking. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Sorry that I say things wrong. Bye.